Hey everyone, welcome back to the Rise and Above podcast. It's been a while since I've done a podcast, and it's been a while since I've done a live, so I'm a bit nervous, not gonna lie. um, However, since you're watching on either Facebook, X, or YouTube, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. It shows your support for my channel and everything I do. So without further introduction, I'm going to introduce my guest, Sarah Pierce, who is the founder and the creator of 517 Living. She is an amazing person. She's been on the podcast a few times now, and she's my friend. So thanks again, Sarah, for joining me. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's good to see you again. It's been way too long. And yeah, I've been on your show a few times now and it's never been live before. So this is a interesting mix up here.
Yeah, no, going live is, like you said, there's a lot of pressure
Yeah.
behind it. But it's exciting at the same time.
I feel like it gives it an edge. Like it kind of makes you have to be sharper.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
there's probably some big benefits to being live.
And then you can engage with your audience too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. So can people send in comments and we can
Yeah,
okay.
so if people are watching, which nobody's watching right now, actually one person's watching, but
Hi. Can we see? Oh, we can't see who it is on YouTube, can we?
no, I don't think so. But they can comment and ask questions or do whatever they want.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I'll be sure to share this on my platforms afterwards so people can see it no matter what.
Awesome. So I guess please tell everybody who you are, what you do.
Okay.
And that, I mean, it's been a while since you've been on the show.
It has, and I'm trying to think of the exact date. And I think it was around 517 Living Community Week last time we did one of them. But I'll start from scratch. I'm Sarah Pierce. In 2014, I was in a huge rut and I did not feel connected to my community. I did not know about all the best things to do in the area. I was in that mindset of like what a lot of other people think, which is there's nothing going on here. And I had a lot of friends who were just fleeing the area to all the cooler cities.
Detroit, Grand
yeah,
Rapids.
like I'm moving to Chicago or I'm moving out west. And I was just kind of like, I feel like I'm supposed to stay here for some reason. And so since I'm staying here, I would really like to make the most of it. And I honestly can't remember exactly what spurred the exact thought of I'll make a Twitter account and I'll start sharing local events and local deals. I think I had kind of dabbled in some other ideas along that line. But I landed on 517 Living, made the Twitter account, got a following going, and I was like, I got to get this content more organized. So I made a website, 517living.com. I found a front end submission calendar app.
What did that look like in the beginning? Were you just posting?
Yeah. Well, I was sharing, I was like retweeting content. So since it was on Twitter, I would look up local businesses and if they had like a deal going on or something special or an event, I would go share it. And but it was kind of just a feed of all my shared content. So I thought I need to get this more organized. And so I made the website and I got the front end submission calendar. And I was just kind of like figuring out as I went. And I was like, I have barely any marketing budget. I don't even really know anybody. A lot of the people who were following me were just kind of like, they knew the content I was posting, but they didn't really know who I was. So I thought, well, how can I drive people to the website and like make deeper connections? So I made the Facebook group and I called it 517 Living Community. I think from the very beginning, that's what it was called. And I just started inviting everybody to the group and I was super spammy. It was super probably unethical how I did a lot of it. I was like so annoying. It's embarrassing. But I mean, it would be embarrassing if I like cared. But the actual goal of it to connect people with enriching things to do in Greater Lansing was worth any like people who were blocking me or like anything that was happening to my reputation. I'm like, it's worth it.
What was the initial growth like? Did you witness like a lot of people joining at first or in a lot of participation, or was it slow and steady? I mean, because you have the largest Facebook group for community wise in Lansing.
Yeah, Lansing Foodies is bigger than mine, but they deserve it. They've put in so much work into their group. The trick to the thing that gave me like what do you call it, like a foot up or whatever, I in the situation was groups were different back then and they were easier to grow. So I've had some people who have very intentionally tried to like duplicate what I'm doing, and they're like, we're gonna do it better. We're gonna do it cooler.
Is it local people?
Oh, sure, yeah. And it's just a lot harder to grow groups these days. So yeah. I had I wish I could think of that saying. I had like a leg up. I don't know. That's not it. But it was something like, it was easier back then to grow groups. And you could basically, like, if you had 5,000 friends, you could just be like, I'm inviting you all to my group, blam, and you would have all of them in your group. Now, you'd have 5,000 people in your group.
Yeah.
Now, they have to accept the invite. They have to actually see the invite, which, notifications are so much more complicated these days. So I would be lucky if I invited someone to my group and they even saw my invitation these days.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody sends me an invite to something, depending on who it is, I'm like, not looking.
Like we're inundated with notifications, so it's like you have to prioritize. And out of 1,000 notifications, joining a group, it's like very low.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if you're already in multiple groups.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's kind of remarkable though to me how much your group continues to grow, especially like since I've interviewed you like over the course of the last, I'd say 3 years. I remember the first time you came on, it was like 40,000 people. And
was it?
Yeah, and then now it's at 80,000.
Yeah, because I think it's that snowball effect. I mean, if someone moves to the area, if they're looking for a community group, obviously they're going to join the one that is the biggest and the most active, because they're going to be like, well, if I'm joining one, it's going to be this one because I'll be more worth my while. And I'm sure it probably pops up at the top when people search for local groups, along with a fake group called 517 Living Community, which I'm working on getting shut down.
Oh boy.
Frustratingly, I looked up my own group the other day and the fake group showed up above mine. I was like, this is not right. There was someone who got mad at me over some political stuff, and they're like, I'm just going to duplicate your group and make it my own. And I'm like,
what's the political stuff? You want to get into it?
It's basically they thought that I was too far one way, and I didn't know anything about me. And
I always just
made an assumption.
I always love that. Especially if it's over social media. People just make assumptions based on like what you post or share or like.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you must be this kind of person.
Yeah. Or usually what happens with me is since I try so hard to be fair and neutral, when I enforce a rule that I enforce for everyone, they will think it's because of their stance on something. They'll be like, you just did that because I'm this. And I'm like, actually, no, I do that for everyone, actually.
Yeah.
But they'll make an assumption because they don't take the time to ask me and have a conversation. And this person, I actually, not to go down this rabbit hole, but I didn't even know they had made this group until someone told me. And I was like, what? Who is this? I don't even know who this person is. And I went and looked at her profile and I was like, I have a feeling she probably got mad at me and thought it was a political thing. And like, it was also, I noticed, created during like, I think like the pandemic time, which was just a crazy time for social media.
That was a heightened moment in history.
Yeah. So I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm not mad at her, but I'm also like,
come back.
Would you please delete this? This is like, she won't. I've actually tried. It's whatever. It is what it is. I don't care.
Wow. What is what are the guidelines for somebody that tries to duplicate a Facebook group like that? Can you have them shut down?
Yeah, so I've been working on it. I got my account verified because I thought that would help. I'm now in the process of getting 517 Living trademarked because that's what they're wanting me to do to shut down. So I have the registration in the process right now.
That's a long process too.
Yeah, but I'm literally like, look, like 517 Living Community. my business is 517 Living. It's registered. Here's my group, 517 Living. Here's all my history. And they're just like,
we need more.
Whatever. We don't care. Like, okay. But at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, if anyone's really looking for my group, they will find that I'm the real one.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, there's
it's going to happen. There's fake groups or there's fake pages for like every legit person out there. I've seen fake celebrity groups or celebrity pages, where it's like, you're not really Leonardo DiCaprio. And it's like, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's part of life now.
It's crazy. So how much research do you do on other Facebook groups? Like, because I would assume that you've already got the Facebook group kind of like going at this point. I would think that it's pretty self-sustaining for the most part, but things are always evolving and changing and like taking a new life form. How do you do that? Like, how do you keep up with that?
Like how do I stay sharp, like competitive? How do I like optimize it?
Are you competitive in it?
No, not really.
How much time do you dedicate a day to it?
That's really hard to gauge when you're self-employed and you're online and it's social media based. I could spend very little time on running the group, but sometimes I just like dink around too long.
You ever worried about losing your phone?
Well, I mean, I obviously have a security code on it and everything. I will say running a big community group by yourself does come with some things where I'm like, that person was really mad and they could easily look up where I live.
Oh boy.
And I like sometimes look out my front window at night and I'm like, hello, but I think that I kind of lost my track or my trailer. How much time do I spend on 517 Living Community, the group? A few hours a day.
Wow.
Not just the group, but like approving events to the calendar, because that's my primary focus. Is I want 517living.com to have a very good event calendar where someone can go there on any given day of the week and find out what's going on in Greater Lansing, and that covers Lansing and the surrounding communities. So it's like Mason's included, DeWitt's included. I have basically any surrounding community that has a center within 25 miles of the center of Lansing is covered by the calendar.
Yeah, I go on there quite often when I'm looking for things to do for like the weekend or whatever. I'm like, what's going on this weekend?
Yeah, and honestly, I've put so much energy into promoting the calendar. And that sometimes when I see a festival that like they're really trying to promote and it's not on there, I'm like, why? Why would you not put it on here?
Do you know how successful that is for people when they do put it on there?
It depends. I mean, because it's just one piece of the puzzle. So you put it on the calendar. Let's say I'm hosting, I don't know, a Lansing festival. I call it Lansing Festival. You have many pieces of the puzzle for promotion. So you add it to the calendar. That's one step. And I take events from the calendar and I post them in the group, the page. I do email blasts, and I do a lot of stuff to direct people to the calendar like every day. So that's one part. Then the next step is, you can post your event in the actual group. And that's a really good way, especially if you're strategic about how you post. It's a great way to connect with the community about it. And you could start early by asking for community feedback. Like, we're going to be hosting this event, this Lansing event in October. We'd love to get your feedback, community. And like, what would you like to have there? And that's a great way to kind of improve the reach of the post, because the interactions are obviously going to help it reach more people. But it's also a great way to get good ideas for your event and find out what the community wants. So there's that. And then I actually have, not to do that like octopus conversation, I'm just like going in so many different ways, but I have an event promotion or an event marketing checklist that I give to people where it's like, here's the top 10 things you can do if you have an event. So it's like, put it on your own platforms, your website, your Facebook, put it on the 517 Living calendar, put it on the 517 Living group. If you have flyers, take them to the coffee shops. Also, there's the Choose Lansing website. There's the City Pulse website. These are all free. Lansing State Journal has a website. And it's basically like, here's the most powerful things you can do, and right in order, do these if you have an event. I get it though. Like people, when you're promoting an event, you get overloaded. There's a lot. Because sometimes the people who are promoting the event are also responsible for like creating the event,
right?
And making sure that like all the vendors are taken care of and all the licensing and all that. So I get it. It's a lot.
There was something that you were saying before we started the podcast that you wanted to bring up.
Oh, well, you had mentioned, how did this come up?
We were talking
I was
about something
thinking about how actually difficult it is to make a podcast, because you had said to me at one point, you should make a podcast. And I was like, but you already have one. And there's so many people who have like good podcasts. Why would I do it? And so, but I was thinking, I could, ask David for some tips and maybe like do something where I'm doing mini interviews with people. I got like, I'm like, I'll just get like the little basics. I'll get like a microphone and a little camera and stuff. And I was like trying to like test out some things of like, okay, how do I look in this? And I'm like, oh, and then you're like testing it out. And I'm like, this is so awkward. Did it take you a long time to get to where you are, where you're like able to have a natural conversation on camera?
Yeah, I don't focus on it. I really don't. Like, I mean, like I'll check the cameras and everything prior to make sure like I look good on camera. But aside from that, I don't.
You just don't overthink it.
I don't overthink it. No.
Yeah.
Being live is more of a stressor than anything.
Yeah.
I'm like afraid to say something stupid, but
yeah.
No, I mean, you have to get used to it. I would think that if you're doing like an interview, like if you're going to like a business and you have a camera and a microphone, it would be different, just because like the setting's not always the same. So you can't control the environment. Here I can control the environment, the lights,
this thing's cool. I like this thing.
Thank
Where'd
you.
you get that made?
Some online place.
That's smart.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I like it.
Did you have it last time?
No, it's new.
Yeah. Let me see if there's anything else I recognize. You have a lot of equipment. This is very in depth.
I know. It's definitely a professional studio.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that for you it would be really beneficial. I mean, I've seen some of the interviews you've done. You've gone to other businesses and help promote them, help promote events and stuff. And I think that's super beneficial for those people.
It is beneficial
because you're kind of a community leader.
It is, yeah, it's beneficial for the business to get the promotion, but it would be mutually beneficial because then I would be driving people to my platforms, and the business people I'm talking to, they would get a good education on what 517 Living has to offer. And I mean, it would be a good idea. I'm just so like freaking lazy. I mean, it's like, that's a lot of work, but I completely understand. I respect what you're doing though, and you do a good job with it.
Well, thank you.
I was watching your interview with, is it Jen McClure?
Yeah.
That was really good.
Thank you.
It was a good video or a good interview.
We actually did that twice. The first time was so good.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The first time was so good. And then the audio, for some reason, I got kicked out of the studio online of this thing right here. And I went back in and didn't do a mic check the second time.
Oh, no.
Just assuming everything worked. And yeah, it didn't record anything.
That happens to, like, I listened to some.
So you mentioned.
Like, it happens to everybody.
Yeah.
Not just you.
So you mentioned like, like, how do you like, it's just, you learn, but then you still run into mistakes like that.
Right.
Rookie mistake.
Sometimes it's meant to be, though. I think that sometimes it's fate. For whatever reason, the conversation was meant to be revisited,
Yeah, absolutely. He might have said something that maybe you didn't want to portray in that kind of way, or yeah.
Did that happen to us one time, actually? I
think it did, and then we actually did it online. We did. I think we actually did it live online.
Because did we do it live? I don't know, but I actually I just am remembering saying something like, that's okay, because I think I said some things that weren't that great anyway. Yeah, it happens. But yeah. Anyway.
It happens. Have you had anybody get mad at you lately, other than the person that left your group?
Every day, man. No, not every day. It's actually gotten not so bad. It's surprisingly peaceful. I think that most of the people who are, I just heard a ding.
It was a computer.
What's that? Oh, okay.
You're good.
most of the people who are problem people, I think, have kind of faded away or found their own groups, or found Reddit, or I don't know. Like I don't think I can remember one conversation where my voice got elevated. It actually went onto the phone because it was someone that I knew, and I was just like over it. But other than that, I've never really gotten into a fight with anybody. They can come at me and have a problem with how I'm running things, but I don't really feed into it. So usually it just fades away.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of the last incident I had. Is it working okay?
Yeah.
You want to check anything?
Mhm.
Oh, I
Sorry,
can just look it over
my
there.
son's in the room and he's
All of
pointing.
our
He's
kids
pointing
are
at the TV and he's like, "There's 4 people. There's 4 people."
Oh, wow.
And then if they
Hi,
get to
3
3,
people. It's down to 3. Okay. I'll give you a quick story of people getting mad just because you asked. I'll say about a year ago, around this time a year ago. Well, obviously, if it was a year ago, I had an incident where I was following my rules. I like enforcing the group rules that I try to be fair about to everyone. I try not to play favorites. And in enforcing a rule, the thing happened where the person thought it was about the content and about who they were, not about just group like across the board rules. And it quickly, because they have pre-approved posting status, so they could post without approval, it quickly escalated because they started posting to the group, accusing me of things, and got their friends doing the same thing, posted like they had pre-approved status
how
too.
do I miss all of this?
It was
That's what I
so toxic. And
I don't know what that is.
somebody's dinging. Maybe it's dinging when somebody leaves or comes on.
Okay.
So I hate seeing the side angle. I'm gonna go this way instead. So it got crazy, and I was in the middle of picking up my kid from school, and I had just like seen what they like had been doing, and I just like kind of deleted it because I'm like, oh, against the rules. And by the time I had looked back down, my group was turning into a dumpster fire. They were like posting on my wall, and all these people had pre-approved posting status, which meant they had all read and agreed to the rules to get that status. So they had read the rules. They knew where to find them. I'd also had conversations with these people through Messenger before about other things. They knew how to contact me. Instead of contacting me, having a conversation, like good communication, they just were like, I'm going to flip this into something it's not and just stew on it and try to pile on and get all these people involved and start making up stories. And it was a mess. And I ultimately was like, these people, I think they're just very unhappy people. And that's not my freaking problem. You know what? And they were saying things like calling me terrible names, making up lies. Like I could have taken legal steps, but I'm like, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. Anybody who knows me and who has been like watching 517 living over the years knows that this isn't true. And if it's the type of person who believes this type of stuff, I don't really want them in my circle anyway. Like,
yeah,
I don't want someone who blindly believes defamatory content about someone.
Yeah.
Like if someone told me like, David is like a terrible person. You want to hear all these terrible things that we know about him. And not just told me, but was posting it on Facebook. I'd be like, I think I'm going to take this with a grain of salt and maybe ask David what's going on.
That's my biggest pet peeve.
Right.
Like, if you have an issue with me, address me.
Yeah.
Don't like spread the rumors. Come to me, ask me, hey, is this true? I heard this.
Right.
It's a problem.
It's a
problem because
problem.
Everybody has access to social media and they can just post. I call it shit posting.
Yes.
and it's it's a huge problem.
Yeah, I have been called let's see, a commie, a fascist, a Nazi enabler, a bigot, and like everything from all sides of
oh my
like
gosh.
all the contradicting terms. And I'm like, okay.
You did hail me when you walked in.
Very funny, very hilarious. So I just, that's the type of stuff that I'll run into sometimes, but also I'm like, it's social media. I've run into some of these people in real life at events. Actually, right while that was happening, I ran into someone at a festival at MSU and I recognized her. I clocked her. I'm like, that's one of the people. And
clocked her as in you went up and punched her?
No, clocked her. Yeah, so that's what I did. I clocked her. Am I using the wrong words? I clocked her as in I saw her. I don't know if that, maybe I'm just making up the terms, but I looked at her.
You're just saying what you wanted to do.
Yeah. Right. No, I'm a pacifist, but I saw her and she saw me and she immediately like walked away. And I'm like, that's real life. Like all these things that you're doing and saying, like, not real.
Every time I talk about you, I'm like, Sarah's the nicest person I've ever met.
I'm not nice.
You're not nice.
I'm really not nice. I am kind.
You're kind. Actually, kind. We've had this discussion before.
And I am sometimes kind is not nice. Sometimes kind is telling someone that they have like poop on their face. I mean, it's like,
yeah, I agree.
You know,
that's me being nice though. I'm telling you.
Right.
Like if you have poop on your face.
Yeah.
You don't want to walk around that way.
The kids are like, what are they talking about?
It's a normal conversation for my kids.
Yeah, right.
They're always farting and pooping.
But other than that, I will say 99.9% of the interactions I've had on social media have been wonderful. And people are kind and they're thoughtful. Like so many people have just reached out when they didn't need to and were like, I just love what you're doing. Thank you. Or like, this has really helped me and this is how. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you listen to, not the other stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it when I see some of my friends who have businesses posting in the 517. I'm like, yeah, look at you.
Good.
Look at you going in there promoting your stuff.
Yes, and that's exactly what it's all about. It's like when I see businesses doing it right, and I'm like, yeah, like they're posting right, they're getting interactions, they're getting new customers. I'm like, yes, this is great. And also the opposite, I'm like, when I see a business struggling so hard and they're not using community groups, and it's like so mind-blowing where I'm like, why not? You know, like, why wouldn't you? There's people who have never once posted in the 517 living group. They're in it. They don't post in it. And I know that their business is struggling. And I'm like, why not? Like, do
you think it has something to do with the fact that you can't tag, or I mean, you can't post from the business page into the group?
Maybe, but it's like, if you can post as yourself about your business,
it kind of brings more individuality to
it makes
the business.
Right. It makes it less just kind of spammy ad feeling when you see, oh, this is the person behind the business. And I actually did a group poll one time where I said, do you guys want to have pages posting in the group? Yes or no? And overwhelmingly, they said, no, we just want people posting. But let's say you wanted to promote Rising Above podcast. You could just go to if you wanted to like not post as yourself too much, you could just go to your Facebook page and share the content from your page to the group. You don't even have to be like, I'm David, la-di-da. You could just share it. And that's at least one way. If you only did that, you'd still be boosting your content and you'd still get a couple hundred views, even if you did the very minimum.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you were to, what I've found for anyone who's looking to optimize their Facebook content, what I've found is most effective in community groups and probably across all of Facebook is like just talking like a real person. And like, so you would go into your group and be like, have a picture of yourself. Don't do a bunch of links. And you're just like, hey, I'm David. Here's my story. Mm-hmm. Wait, I keep calling you David. Do you go by David?
Either's fine.
Okay, because I'm like, is he Dave now? So it'd be like, hey, I'm David. This is why I made Rising Above podcast. These are the type of guests I'm looking for. And I just wanted to like introduce myself to the community or reintroduce because I'm just relaunching. You would get thousands of views on the content just by doing that. And then people will comment, and you can interact with them. But actually, I skipped a step. The best way to do that would be to include a question at the top. So you'd be like, let's see, what would be a relevant one for you? Be like,
does anybody have a story that they would be interested in sharing? Yeah, something that requires the group to engage with it.
Exactly. So you would start it with a question.
However,
yeah,
you are opening up for a bunch of people to just come out of the woodwork.
And you could have a disclaimer on there. You could be like, I can only do so many.
Yeah.
And I'll look through and
it's a great resource for somebody who does a podcast like myself, to look for guests. I mean, that's how I found most of my guests is through the 517.
Yeah.
I literally just put up a post and then like all the comments, and I'm like, holy crap, this is insane.
Right. And so many of them are business owners who are wanting to connect and get their story out and things like that. So I say everyone who has a business in Greater Lansing should at least one time go to the group, ask a question, put in a picture, leave out any links or anything like that. You can always say, see my comment below for the link to my website or whatever. Leave out the links, make it really personal. And then you can reach out to me after a couple of weeks and be like, how many views did that get? And I'll be like, this is how many it got. And we could be like, you want to tweak it and see if the next one gets better? We could do these things to improve it. I just did that for someone today. I told them, here's a good way you can post and then check back with me. We'll see how many views it got. We did that. I sent him a video showing him how many impressions he had on his content. I'm like, next time try this and let's see how it increases.
Have you thought about trying to find a way to turn it into like a marketing business?
I just hate marketing for people. Ironically, it's like takes the fun out of it once I have to. It's like, if someone's like, I'm hiring you to do my marketing, then I'm instantly like, well, this isn't fun anymore. I just want to help you for fun and help you help yourself. But once I get into an actual marketing role where they're like, we paid you money, what are our numbers? I'm like, crap, this sucks. But yeah, if I was like a really motivated, professional, like great business person, I would do that for sure. And I've had promotional packages available in the past. But what I'm more focused now on is having like bigger advertisers who aren't really needing me to, I kind of put my foot in my mouth there because I do actually do advertising for people, but it's not in a sense where it's like they're checking in with me every day with new things to promote. It's like Lansing Community College. I freaking love them. They reached out to me and they were like, we see that you offer advertising. We'd love to be your top advertiser. And I'm like, whoa, thank you. And they're like, yeah, we think it's great. And we think that's a great deal. And I'm like, were you sent from heaven? Like, this is exactly the type of thing I need. And they're like, yeah, we want to do it. Sign us up. So they are, they have a linked banner above the calendar. They have their logo and like messaging in the group cover photo. In the daily event lineups, I mentioned them, but it's more of like it's like a sponsorship. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't explain the difference other than like it's like a partnership other than like me being like their
it's worker
like bee.
It's like they're throwing their billboard on your page.
Right.
Essentially.
Right. Exactly. They're just billboards. So kind and wonderful. I'm very grateful for them.
That's awesome.
Lansing Community College, where success begins.
All right. Now they owe me money.
Right. Oh yeah. I'll send this to
them. So tell me about 517 week. I guess kind of bring us back a little bit. Where did that start, and why did you decide that was a good idea? And I know it's also taken forms, like there's been different ways you've done it every single year.
Did you see that you're in my flyer?
I did not.
517 Living Community Week.
I did not.
Yeah, you are. I think it's the back of your head. Oh no, it's the front.
The back of my
it's the front, but it's the back of your kids' heads, I think, are on it.
Where's it at? I'll pull it up. Where can I find it? While you're explaining.
Go to my Instagram, which is embarrassing. It shows how I have some
is it 517
issues. Instagram.com/517living.
Okay, so explain how that came about.
Okay, well, you're pulling that up. Okay. What year was it? Towards the beginning of 517 Living, I was like, I have a lot of digital stuff going on. This is virtual community. I have the calendar. I have the social media platforms. I need to have an in-person gathering where people can see each other face to face and celebrate. And also, I need to have that role of being an event organizer so I can experience that and kind of have a better understanding. Here, we can take that. Can they see that?
They can in a second. I'll do this screen share.
They can see that.
Yep, they can see that.
If you zoom in, do you see your face?
I can't zoom in. Oops.
Did you just heart it?
Yeah, I did.
Keep that heart on there.
How do you zoom in?
I don't know on yours. But that's your face.
Yeah,
you see in the back?
I'm right there.
In the back of those kids.
Yeah, there's Max. And is that Autumn?
I just love that picture. It reminds me of some kind of I don't know.
Yeah, you
like
used
painting because the lighting is so beautiful.
You used it for your cover photo on the page.
I've used that picture for a lot of stuff. Yeah. So basically what I did is I'm going to have an in-person event. We'll have music. We'll have vendors. We'll have food. I did it at Henry's Place in Okemos because they have a back room and they have good food and drinks. And I was like, we'll make it a game night. I don't know what I was doing, but I did it. And it was, I was like so over. Well, I won't say they were over capacity because I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but it was very full. I was bussing tables and I was definitely annoying their staff because I was like bringing dishes into the kitchen. I'm like, what am I doing? But it was fun. It was very fun. And I learned a lot. And I think it was a beautiful event and the people were wonderful and understanding and just great. And it was a wonderful learning experience. And so then I'm like, okay, every year we're going to do this. We'll do it at a different location each time. We'll mix it up each time. And I was doing that and I was learning stuff every year. I primarily learned I don't enjoy hosting events, but it's worth it, But then the pandemic hit and I was thinking, I don't just want to not do community night. But obviously we can't do an in-person type gathering like we've done in the past. So I'm like, let's spread this out. Let's have businesses host their own little specials. They can have deals or they can have many little things at their venue of choice and they can do it however they feel is most appropriate with their own protocols. And there'll be a lineup of specials and I will just promote it. So that's what we did. And it ended up, I think that year it was mostly specials. People would say, use the code 517 Living for 20% off at our business this week. And I think we did some giveaways and stuff like that. After the, pandemic was winding down, I had one more in-person gathering at Hawk Island, and that's where that picture was taken. And it was fun. It was beautiful. I had wonderful vendors. But I was realizing, this is not as inclusive as it should be for a community event because I had to say no to some of the vendors because we already had similar vendors or we had capacity issues. I could only have so many tables. And it really became, that's fine. You need to talk.
No, she was just pointing.
Oh, I gotcha. It really, in my mind, I was thinking, this is not fully community. I need to make this event something where if someone can't leave their home, they can participate. If someone works third shift, they can participate. If someone has a business that doesn't align with my values, they can participate in any way they want, within reason. And it's like everyone can be involved in a way that works for them. Right. So I came up with the idea where I was like, I'm trying to stop myself from saying I have that bad habit. I came up with this plan.
Every single time you do the podcast.
I came up with this plan where we could have multiple venues, multiple hosts. Anyone could do whatever they want. Here's how they can promote it. And we came up with 517 Living Community Week. So it's a week-long thing every year, October 1st to October 7th, every year. And people can either host a special little event or a big event and add it to the calendar with the hashtag or the tag on the calendar 517 week, and I'll help get the word out. Or if they don't want to do an event, they can offer any kind of other thing, such as a special discount with the code 517 living or whatever. They can just have an automatic discount in their store, 20% off during community week, and promote it on their platforms with the hashtag 517 week. And then I'll go find those and share those in the group and on the page.
You don't get anything for this.
They can, I get traffic, and I also get I mean, a sense of purpose for 517 Living. I'm like, that's doing stuff, but mostly, yes, it's very mutually beneficial because I'm promoting them, they're promoting me. They're using the 517 week hashtag. People are finding my platforms. They're also finding their platforms. We're helping each other. And it's really just a big symbiotic community.
How many businesses would you say get involved in that?
That's a good question. If I considered everyone who donated prizes and did specials and had events, I would say at this point it's dozens. I would like it to be just everyone, every single business in the area.
Yeah.
The first week of October, they do a little something special. And it could be something, come in and get a free sticker with every purchase. It can be anything. Or it could be, if you're a coffee shop, it doesn't have to be something where you're even doing a discount. It could be, we have a special drink just for 517 week, and it's fall themed because it's in October. So you have maple pumpkin cinnamon latte. I don't know if that would even be good. Or if you have a restaurant, you could say we have a special dinner combo for the week, the first week of October. You could do it for anyone or for only the people who mention 517 week.
You're giving the business owners the creativity to kind of take it however they want and make it what they want.
Yes. So it's like a blank canvas. And I want to be very clear about that I am not just giving free marketing services to the entire community. It is what you make it. So if I was participating as a business, I would be saying, okay, every year, let's make a plan. How can we make the most impact during that week? Let's have let's print a special t-shirt people can buy that's community themed. It doesn't have to be 517 themed. It could be just anything special, and you could do it for that week. You could have a little meet and greet at your business and have cider and donuts. You could partner up with a local artist and have their art on your wall and have like a reception for them.
It's kind of like a trunk or treat type of thing.
Yeah, right. It's a community trunk or treat for a whole week, and the treats are whatever you like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Maybe you should be on my marketing team. But I was telling someone the other day, Rochelle and Nicole from WILX, I'm like, I sometimes feel like 517 Living Community Week is my fetch. Have you ever watched Mean Girls?
No.
Okay, there's a girl named Gretchen who's trying to make a new word cool. And so she uses it all the time. And she's like, that's so fetch. And everyone's like, it's not going to happen, Gretchen. Like, it's not cool. And sometimes I feel like that with 517 Living Community Week, where I'm like, are people getting it? Like, this is cool. Like, it's cool. Trust me, it's cool. Use it. And they're like, I don't know if it's cool. And I'm like, but it is. Just try it.
Just try.
But ultimately, it is cool. And I will say, I have toiled over the event description because I'm like, how can I make this very user-friendly and easy to understand? And I did actually an online Zoom workshop this year to kind of talk through things with people. What questions do you have, and how can I make this more understandable? And that was helpful. But anyone who goes to 517week.com can find all of the instructions for how to participate. It's free, and anyone in Greater Lansing can participate. So again, that's Lansing and all of the surrounding communities that have a center within 25 miles of the center of Lansing. And if anyone has any questions, they can ask me anything.
Awesome.
Almost anything.
Have you received a lot of people signing up for it as of now?
I have not counted up the events, but there's a good amount of special events that have been added to the calendar, enough to make me very happy, where people were thoughtful about it. And some of them made like special flyers with the 517 logo on it and stuff. And I'm like, this is growing. They're starting to get it. And I have heard from dozens of local businesses that they're going to offer some kind of special during the week, but which is understandable. They're not going to announce it until the community week starts, because obviously you don't want to be like, during the first week of October, you can get 20% off when it's like
Right.
September, and they're like, I'll just wait till October, So there will be a lot of announcements on October 1st of what specials and different cool things you can take advantage of.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I guess if anybody has questions that are watching, they can ask in the chat.
I should have shared this to her. Can you share it to the group?
Yeah.
Ask if there's any final questions, and we'll see if we'll get a couple haters on there. Be like, Sarah looks weird.
Sarah looks weird. She's a fascist.
What? I heard she's, yeah. Don't share it. Well, actually, my group's pretty safe. These kids are so patient.
I shared it into the community group. It's crazy though. I pulled it up and that was the first thing it's streaming live on my Facebook page.
Oh, wait. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Are there any questions on your Facebook?
No. Nope.
Ask me anything, group.
I was gonna promote my friend's business that's opening Saturday. It's the grand opening. I don't want to. It's called The Collective in Grand Ledge. It's a boutique style marketplace featuring Michigan-made goods and artisan creations. So here, I'll share it.
I definitely have to check this place out.
Well, there you go. Chris, Sarah's going to check out.
The Collective. Sounds so like edgy.
Look at that drink.
Organic fire cider workshop. Ooh. The stuff is right up my alley. I love it already.
So I'm just gonna say those cookies are amazing. I've had them. They're very good.
How do you know this person?
My kids went to martial arts with them.
My kid does martial arts too.
Where at?
The Holt Dojo we go to now. Not far from us because we're in Mason.
So one of the people that I was talking about that shares all the time in the group is Kent. I'm sure you've seen this stuff.
I almost went. I tried to go to there first.
Okay.
The KSK.
Yeah, KSK.
Yeah, they look so good. But yeah,
it's a very good school.
I get so impulsive sometimes, and I was just like rushing through it, and I went with like the first like good place that I thought was a good fit. And
how's it?
I had contacted them, but then I didn't wait long enough. I wasn't patient enough, so then I just went with the next place. Should have waited.
No, it's an awesome place. So yeah, I met her there, and she has a business where she well, I don't know what she does now, but she was making stuff on Etsy and selling it. And then I know that she was selling stuff in stores all around the mid-Michigan area.
Really?
Yeah. And
sorry, I just had a really intrusive thought.
What's that?
Like nothing. Nothing. Just the fact that we're alive. Nothing. Sorry, keep going. Sorry, I'm ruining your lovely conversation about your friend.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm talking about me and my friends. So yeah.
I will check out her store, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, I like finding I like places that sell local stuff.
Me too. I love in Mason we have LFA Market. I really am grateful to have them. They have like farmers market type stuff, like vegetables and pumpkins and cider and things like that. They're a gem, and frozen meats. And then also candles and things like that. So we have that in Mason, but Grand Ledge, when I get out there, that I will definitely be checking out the Collective.
There's another place in DeWitt that's pretty cool. I don't know if you've been there. It's I can't remember what it's called. Twisted
in DeWitt.
Twisted, like they sell twisted cocktails there.
Oh, Bridge, or is it Bridge in Maine? They have Bridge in Maine and DeWitt, don't they? Or isn't it?
I don't know.
Well, I will have to check out the Collective and figure out what you're talking about in DeWitt.
It's right there. It's on the main strip. So
okay,
yeah,
probably Bridge in Maine then.
Yeah, I don't remember the name. I know is it Twisted Cocktails?
Well, I know that Twisted Cocktails is a business that sells their products in different stores.
Okay.
But maybe they have their own place too.
I thought they had maybe their own. Now I have to look it up. All right, let's do this. Is this it? Yeah, East Main Street, DeWitt. I'll share this to the screen too so people can see what I'm talking about.
This is very impressive software, like that you figured this all out.
Oh, I know. It makes podcasting so much easier. Fall Fest at the market, October 7th.
Twisted Craft Cocktails. I definitely know who they are. I just didn't know they had their own spot.
Yeah, but they sell a bunch of Michigan-made things. I think most of it's Michigan-made, but
okay. I need to go check them out.
Yeah,
it looks super cool.
Yeah, you would like it.
DeWitt is one of those areas that's on like the fringe of the area that I cover, where I really need to do more work to pull them in and be like, you're part of this.
Because they're just kind of out there.
Yeah, and like same with St. John's, because a lot of people in St. John's think they have a different area code, so they're not part of. No, it's all those people. We want to promote you too. So Leslie, Dansville, Williamson, goes out to Weberville, and then all the way out to Eagle.
Wow.
You know, that's a big
is
area.
That the furthest west that you go is Eagle?
Yeah, I believe so, because that's to the west of Grand Ledge, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because we cut off. Portland is just out of the range that I cover.
Okay.
And I know it's tough because there's some really good businesses in Portland, but I'm like, if it's too broad, then it's just like people are gonna get lost, and I have to keep. I guess you better start
a Michigan one.
People have said, like, why don't you start a Jackson one? I'm not from Jackson. It wouldn't mean the same thing to me.
Right.
But I will just say, because I know your kids are probably ready to get out of here, so is mine. I will say 517 Living has been a huge blessing to me. I've learned a lot from it. It has sharpened me, educated me, but given me wonderful friendships and connections, and pulled me out of my comfort zone, taught me it gave me a deeper appreciation of my community, the entire greater Lansing area. And I hope that it continues to do that for other people as well. And if anyone ever is feeling a little bit lost about any aspect of 517 Living, they can feel free to talk to me. I'll even, meet you for coffee or do a Zoom and talk through how you can use it.
I mean, there's been times where I've reached out to you and you're like, let's just have a phone call or whatever. I think a video chat on Facebook or whatever. And we work through things.
And as a disclaimer, it's like, I also am just one person, and sometimes I'm not perfect with communication, but give me another chance. If you've ever felt like I kind of dropped the ball, anyone out there where you're like, I'm waiting to hear back from you on something, give me another chance. Talk to me. Let's make 517 Living a good experience for you.
I mean, I got to say that 517 Living, tremendously helped me. I mean, I found 517. Well, actually, I started the podcast, and I think it was Jeremy Hurt that was like,
Jeremy, yeah.
He's like, do you know about the 517? I'm like, oh. And I was like kind of opposed to joining Facebook groups because they're all kind of spammy and stuff. I'm like, whatever. I don't need that group.
Mm-hmm.
And then I downloaded the group, or I joined the group.
Yeah.
And And then that's how I've met most of my guests. And it's incredible how many people in the community have amazing stories and have awesome businesses that I would have never known had you not started the 517.
I'm glad that you connected with those people and shared their stories. I've heard a number of their stories, and it gave me like such insight that I totally didn't have. It's like when I hear stories like Jen's that you did the other day, like, I would have actually never guessed that. But also I feel like I need to touch back on the intrusive thought I had earlier. I was just wondering, I'm like, with live interviews, like, what would you do if you like farted?
Oh my gosh.
Like,
I would acknowledge it.
Would you just it was a terrible timing. I was like listening to this great story about your friend and her business, and all of a sudden I'm like, what if someone farted right now? I don't know. So I wanted to share that just so people didn't think it was weirder than it was.
I would acknowledge
I think that's a pretty normal thing.
I would acknowledge it, and I'd be like, did you just fart?
Anyway, it happens.
It happens.
It happens.
We're humans.
We are.
All right. Well, I think we'll wrap it up with that, Sarah.
It's a good ending point.
Thanks again for doing the podcast.
Thank you,
it's
David.
always an
Thank
honor to have you on. And
I'm very honored to be on here.
Our conversations are always fun. So again, people, if you're watching and you're not subscribed to my podcast, please go to YouTube and hit that subscribe button, hit the like and share, and do all that fun stuff. So with that being said, we are out.